This is the ENGWE Y600. It's a chunky, matte black scooter with bold red accents on the springs and brakes, a thick stem that feels overbuilt in a good way, and a wide deck that easily fits both feet side by side. The 10-inch fat tubeless tires fill the arches and give it a rugged stance, and the turn signals and bright headlight look more like something you'd see on a small moped than a basic commuter. I've used this exact scooter for 6 months, and I want to share what it's like to live with it day to day. No fluff. From my experience, the ride comfort is the headline. ENGWE calls it a triple suspension setup, and while the marketing language varies, what matters is how it feels. The front and rear shocks work with those big pneumatic tires. Pneumatic just means air-filled, to soak up cracked pavement, potholes, and even grass. I commute over rough city streets, and this scooter glides in a way that makes a lot of other models feel rattly. The heavy frame actually helps here. The weight keeps it planted and stable when you're cornering or riding fast. Key features that stood out for me are the 48-volt system with an 18Ah battery on my unit, a rear hub motor rated 500 watts with a peak around 830 watts, dual mechanical disc brakes, turn signals that are easy to see from behind, a very bright headlight, and a clear LCD that shows speed, battery, and mode. There are 4 speed modes, and switching is as simple as tapping the mode button next to the finger throttle. If you're new to scooters, torque is the pulling force you feel when you press the throttle, and the Y600 has a lot of it. Brakes are mechanical discs, cables, not hydraulic, and they're strong and consistent once you bed them in and adjust the calipers. The frame is aluminum alloy, and the whole thing feels premium for the price. It's also UL 2272 certified, which is a safety standard for electrical and fire hazards. Acceleration is brisk. In my opinion, the Y600 is built for city hills and quick starts at lights. On flat ground, I consistently see around 23 to 24 miles per hour with my 190-pound frame. The spec sheet says up to 28 miles per hour, but I haven't hit that, even after following the usual steps to unlock higher speed. I've also seen other owners report that some units ship software limited to lower speeds until you change settings, which explains the mixed numbers. If top speed is your absolute priority, keep that in mind. For hill climbing, it's solid. The scooter won't rocket up a steep grade, but it keeps moving with confidence where weaker motors bog down. Range is the part that needs real talk. The listing claims up to 43.5 miles. With the 18Ah battery, riding mostly in the fastest mode and not babying the throttle, I get between 21 and 27 miles on a full charge, depending on temperature and wind. When I cruise more moderately in a lower mode, I can stretch it, but I've never touched the advertised max. Also, the battery indicator can be jumpy. Sometimes I lose a bar quickly after unplugging, then it settles, so I plan for the low end and avoid range anxiety. Charging with the stock 2A charger takes me 8 to 10 hours from low to full, so it's an overnight routine. If you're considering the 13.5-hour version, expect noticeably less range. Portability is the biggest compromise. On paper, it's about 24 kilograms, roughly 53 pounds, and it feels every bit of that. It folds at the stem and the bars can collapse, which makes it shorter for a car trunk, but I don't enjoy lifting it into a hatchback and I avoid stairs when I can. The folding latch works, but it's stiff. After a month, I tightened it to remove play, and it's been fine since. But carrying this thing more than a few steps is not fun. In my opinion, this is a scooter you roll from a ground floor garage or secure storage, not something you shoulder into an apartment or onto a train. Maintenance has been a mixed bag for me. The core structure is rock solid. Nothing creaks, the deck grip is durable, and the controls haven't loosened. The peripherals need attention. I got a flat rear tire in the first week from a nail. These are 80/65/6 tubeless tires, which can be harder to source than standard scooter sizes. I eventually found a matching tire and also used sealant to reduce the chance of future pinhole flats. If you're new to tubeless, they're less prone to pinch flats than tubes, but punctures can still happen. I've also done a couple of minor brake adjustments and a stem latch tension tweak with the included tools. Nothing crazy, but it's not maintenance-free. Performance-wise, I've had the speed inconsistency I mentioned earlier, and the battery readout quirk. Neither stopped me from riding, but they're part of the real experience. Riding at night has been a pleasant surprise. The headlight is bright enough that I don't feel the need for an add-on, and the turn signals make a difference in traffic. The deck is wide, about 9 inches, so I can shift my stance easily, and the removable seat gives me the option to ride seated on longer trips. I personally prefer standing in busy areas for better control, but the seat is nice when I'm cruising on smooth, straight roads. From my experience, the Y600 is a powerhouse comfort scooter that trades travel flexibility for a planted, cushy ride. It's perfect for short to medium commutes over rough streets, where suspension and tire volume smooth out the bumps and the motor's torque helps clear hills and merges. If your routine includes carrying the scooter upstairs, jumping onto trains, or you need quick lunchtime charging, it's not a great match. If you have ground floor storage and an outlet, it shines. I'd recommend this for riders who prioritize comfort and stability over portability, who want real braking power and bright lighting, and who are okay planning their charging overnight. If you're eyeing this as your daily, think about your round-trip distance. With my riding style, 20 to 25 miles is the comfort zone with the 18Ah battery. If your commute edges past that without charging on the other end, I'd look at your route and pace carefully. In my opinion, ENGWE got the core ride quality right. The frame feels premium, the suspension and tires make rough roads feel tame, and the controls are simple for beginners. The trade-offs are real: weight, long charge time, and a practical range that sits below the headline number. I also wish the speed settings were more consistent out of the box and that tire replacements were easier to source. In conclusion, this scooter is a specialist. If your priority is a smooth, powerful ride and you don't need to carry the scooter around, it's a strong value. If portability and fast charging are must-haves, you'll be happier with a lighter, simpler model, even if the ride isn't as plush. I've kept mine because it fits my routes, and it's comfortable and confidence-inspiring every time I roll out. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the ENGWE Y600.